At first glance, human behavior often seems unpredictable. People change their opinions, they react emotionally, they make decisions that appear inconsistent, and many situations feel chaotic and difficult to understand. But for highly observant minds, something different slowly becomes visible: patterns. Over time, intelligent observers begin to notice that human behavior is rarely random. People repeat the same emotional reactions, they repeat the same habits, they repeat the same thinking patterns again and again. At first, these repetitions are subtle, almost invisible, but once someone begins to notice them, they start appearing everywhere. For example, some people react defensively whenever their ideas are challenged. Others avoid difficult conversations completely. Some individuals constantly seek approval from others, while others try to control situations to feel secure. These behaviors may appear spontaneous in the moment, but when observed over time, they follow very clear patterns. This is because human behavior is strongly influenced by internal psychological structures: beliefs, fears, habits, past experiences. These invisible forces quietly shape how people react to the world around them, often without them even realizing it. Highly intelligent individuals often develop a natural sensitivity to these patterns. They observe how someone reacts to criticism. They notice how someone behaves when they feel insecure. They pay attention to how people treat others, depending on status or authority. Over time, these observations begin to form a mental map, a map of predictable behavior. Once this map begins to develop, many interactions become easier to understand. Confusing reactions suddenly make sense, unexpected decisions reveal deeper motivations, and emotional responses follow recognizable structures. For example, someone who constantly seeks approval may change their opinions depending on the people around them. Someone who fears conflict may remain silent even when they strongly disagree. Someone who desires control may subtly dominate conversations. To most people, these behaviors simply appear as personality differences, but analytical minds often see the pattern beneath the behavior. They recognize that the same psychological forces are repeating themselves again and again, across different situations, across different relationships, across different environments. This ability to detect patterns is one of the most powerful forms of intelligence, because patterns reveal structure, and structure reveals meaning. When someone begins to see behavioral patterns clearly, the world becomes less confusing. Actions that once seemed unpredictable suddenly become understandable. Motivations become easier to interpret, and social dynamics begin to reveal their hidden logic. But this awareness also changes how intelligent observers interact with others. Instead of reacting impulsively, they begin to respond more thoughtfully. They recognize emotional triggers. They anticipate predictable reactions. They remain calm in situations that might confuse others. Because when patterns are visible, behavior becomes easier to navigate. However, recognizing patterns requires something many people struggle with: patience. Patterns rarely appear immediately. They reveal themselves slowly through observation, through listening, through watching how people behave across time. This is why many intelligent thinkers spend so much time observing quietly. They are collecting information, not judging, not reacting, simply noticing. And once someone learns to see patterns clearly, something interesting happens. Human behavior becomes less mysterious, because beneath the complexity of social interaction, the same psychological patterns appear again and again. And the mind that learns to recognize these patterns gains something extremely valuable: understanding.